Renato, você está me ouvindo?
Eu estou te ouvindo, sim.
Tá, acho que sou eu que não estou ouvindo.
Você me escuta, não? Oi, oi, oi.
Tá, desculpa o atraso, que a gente está com um sistema novo aqui, a gente está testando, não é aquele hangout que a gente fez das outras vezes, tá? Então, todo mundo aqui já leu sobre o Renato? Precisa fazer mais um... Ah, eu vou deixar ele mesmo falar um pouquinho também sobre a história dele, porque a ideia hoje é apresentar ele, né? E falar um pouquinho também sobre o trabalho dele, especialmente um pouquinho dos prêmios, né? Que ele ganhou. Ele e o irmão dele é sacanagem, assim, eles ganham. Sorry, it's in English. I should speak in English, but I forgot about it. Sorry. I'm used to speaking Portuguese all the time here, so cannot speak only English with them, please. Okay, it's a challenge for them to understand and make questions for you.
No problem.
You can start now, okay?
Okay, hello everybody. My name, as you guys know, is Renato Fernandez, and starts from here a big problem because I need to call myself here Renato, because if I say Renato, it's like a big mess. You need to go to Starbucks and ask for a latte, saying that you are Renato, and then you see how amazing your name can be translated here in America. So, I'm from Curitiba, as probably most of you guys. I work in Los Angeles for almost 3 years. But it's interesting. I will talk a little bit about my career and then go talk about work. It's interesting how advertising came to my life by chance. It was an accident. When I was a kid, as I don't know if you guys know, I'm breaking the news. I have a twin brother that also works in advertising. But when we started working together, we were like 7-year-olds, and Roberto would love to go play soccer, and I said to him, you don't have a chance, you're never going to be a great soccer player, so come here and draw with me. I'd love to do, I had this thing about comics. I'd love to draw, and I used to do this my whole day. And so I brought him to do this with me. And we started to do some comic books as kids, and that was our thing. We decided that we wanted to become artists and do comic books. That was everything we care about. We used to read comic books the whole day, so we are some of those lazy kids laying around in the couch and reading books all the time. So when we were doing work, we started to do comics, and we started to do strips for newspapers. Those strip comics like Calvin and Hobbes. And when we started to do that, somebody criticized the quality of the work because they said it was ugly, was not clean. So we decided to go, we were like 14-year-olds, and we decided to go to a high school to learn how to have quality in the work. And we decided to do Cefet in design. And that was the only reason. We wanted to have a better quality in our work as comic artists. But of course, when we start to learn about design, we got bitten by this profession, and we end up doing a lot of logotypes, posters, folders, and all that sort of things that designers do. But of course, we were doing that because we wanted to do comics. So we are adding our drawings to everything we could. So we are doing posters with comics and creating characters that were comic characters. That was pretty much it. But we realized when we end up doing a billboard, we realized that advertising paid 4 times more than design and 10 times more than comics. So we said that, okay, looks like there's a great opportunity here. And that was the main reason why when we got 17 to 18, we decided to do advertising. So it was not a noble reason, was nothing special, it was pretty much a business proposition. We had more chance to make more money. So when we first got in advertising, we knew nothing about it. The only thing we knew is that it pays well. And then when we did UFPR, Universidade Federal do Paraná, and was the best experience of my life. I didn't have to study. I made a lot of friends. I learned how to play several card games. Of course, we played truco, but other games. One game named Elevador. I never heard about that, but it was amazing. Living with this amazing group of people, super talented, and the impression that you need to do nothing. So I was, they pay really well. I don't need to do much. That's what I want to do for my life. So that's how we started in advertising. The first agency we worked on was in my house. So we called this in Brazil a house because it was exactly a house. It was my father's house, and we had no big business. But after 2 years working in our own agency, me and Roberto, we end up having the business. We earned the business of Detran, one of the biggest companies in Paraná, a public company. And it was amazing for us dealing with the vice president of Detran, all the people from the marketing department, 2 young kids like me and my brother. But then, of course, the fairy tale ended shortly. Other agencies noticed that 2 stupid little kids were running Detran, so they took the business from us. But of course, what we were doing there at Detran, we were doing folders for them with comics. So it looks like that was like our routine forever. But again, funny enough, they took the business out of us, but they kept us as artists, commissioned artists, working for them because they loved the style. So we sold a character for Detran, and they wanted to keep running it. Funny enough, just being artists for the agency, they paid us twice as much as we were making doing everything. Being account guys, creatives, plannings, doing the finances, doing everything, we received half of what we were receiving just to do the art. So that was the moment we learned that we are really bad doing business. So we decided to move away from our agency and start working in real agencies. The first agency we tried to work was Esclan, one of the best agencies in Paraná. And of course, we were stupid enough to want to work both of us there, me and Roberto. So they offer what was half of what we're making in our own agency. Was, I think, by the time 1,000, I don't know the currency. It was not reais, it was cruzeiros or cruzeiros novos, 1,000 something. And we said to the creative director, so what if you hire both of us and each one of us will work half-time for you? Of course, that guy was not stupid, and of course he accepted. He will have 2 paying the price of 1. And so that's how we got into the big business of advertising. And every time in this whole process, I had to relearn what is good and what is bad in advertising. And I'm saying this because you guys are working you're studying a creativity school, and I don't remember a time when I was not pretty sure that my work was amazing. I always thought my work was amazing, and I had to learn in a hard way that it was not. And so the notion of taste, knowing exactly what is good and what is bad, I know by my own experience that's not something that you can learn by heart. That's something that takes time for you to learn. to create a criteria, to learn to judge good from bad. I had to learn this over and over and over again. Every time I review some of my books that helped me get into different agencies, I looked to my book and I said to myself, my God, how those guys hire me? No, there's nothing here. If it was me, probably I would not be hiring myself. So with that being said, it's really, really important to build criteria. No matter where you are, just trust me on that. You're not good enough. You're gonna learn that your criteria will evolve with time, and the more you do that, the more you are capable of producing good work. Well, I was saying, I worked in Nestlé for 3 years. Then I moved to master, where I spent another 3 years. So, and that was about it for Paraná. 6 years working in Paraná, and I was happy enough, me and my brother, to get Cannes Silver Lion with a campaign for Ministry of Health. And that campaign was really well received nationally and internationally, and gave us an opportunity to work in São Paulo. So both Roberto and me, we moved to São Paulo. He went to work at DM9 DDB, and I came to work with Mr. Marcelo Serpa at Almaty BBDO. I spent 11 years there. Was an amazing time. We were I think we had one powerful team there, because for 10 of those 11 years we were the agency of the year for the CCSP. For Cannes Lion we were 3 times the agency of the year. For Clio I think 3 times. For Fiat 7 times. So it was something I think we had a really special team. But I decided to move from Brazil, because I had in my mind an idea that I had learned a lot about advertising and how advertising is developed in Brazil, and I felt that it was about time for me to become a creative director, and I wanted to have an edge. I wanted to be really good if I decided to move from creative to creative director. And I felt that I needed an international experience. So I was planning for that for at least 3 to 4 years. And it's pretty insane. It's really hard to move abroad, because you need to have a visa. You need to have a visa, and it's a complicated process. Yeah, eventually Tbwa, they saw my work, they loved my work, and they wanted me to work with them. And I spent, just for that matter, 7 months working on my visa to have a chance to work here in the US. And it was a process that was so long that they had this constant joke here in America, in chat day. Every time somebody was talking about something, they said, "Oh, and how about those Brazilians? Oh yes, hey, I heard about them. They're great. They're great." So they start to make fun of the fact that we are those 2 ghosts that everybody heard about but nobody sees. But of course, eventually we came work here, and I started as a associated creative director. I've been there in this position for 1.5 years. Then I moved to a creative director. And then finally, in the beginning of this year, I became a worldwide creative director for Gatorade. So pretty much what I do is I run everything from Gatorade in all Tbwa agencies, and I oversee Gatorade work from other agencies around the globe. So it's a big responsibility. So that's about it. That's my life. That's where I am right now. And there's one piece of work that I want to share with you guys. Is one piece that's being celebrated this year is a really good work we just put together for Gatorade, and Celina will play it for you guys. But before she plays, let me just explain the context. So we work for Gatorade, and Gatorade, as you know, it's a more American brand than anything else. Of course, you have Gatorade in Brazil, but in Brazil, Gatorade is pretty much just curse thirst quencher. It's just the drink. They are now developing new products there, but here in America, it's a big complex product. They have products for you to drink before the game, during the game, and after the game. So it's a big thing. So it's a big company, and they sponsor most of sports here in America. American football, even soccer, baseball, basketball, all of them. And baseball it's a big deal here, although in Brazil most people don't know how this game is played. And one of the most celebrated athletes from basketball from the current times is Derek Jeter. He plays for Yankees, and he's been playing for Yankees for 20 years. And he has this partnership with Gatorade for those 20 years. It's one of the oldest roosters from Gatorade that we have here. So it's an amazing relationship with that guy. And he decided to retire last year. And we said, we received this request from the client. We need to do something amazing for Derek Jeter from the brand, from Gatorade. So we jumped in this project to do something incredible. But we knew that Nike also had the same client. So we knew Nike was going to do something for them. And of course, Nike, they have like 4 times more budget than we do to do the work. So we felt, well, we're screwed. They just gonna destroy us with an amazing piece of work. So instead of fighting them and trying to do a conventional piece of advertising, we decided to do something special. We had several conversations with Jeter, and we learned from him how special was his relationship with New York and with the fans, and the reason why he decided to stay in that city for 20 years. And we said to ourselves, instead of having a piece thanking Jeter for his career, what if you give Jeter a chance to thank back, to give a chance for him to talk to his fans and just return the favor, use the opportunity for him to thank the fans for everything they did for him, for the good and for the bad. And that's what we did. So we had just one shot. We had a conversation with him. So we dropped him from his limo 4 blocks from the Yankees stadium, and he had to walk from the place where we dropped him to the Yankee Stadium without knowing what was going to happen. And the only request we had for him was, don't expect and don't wait people to talk to you. Go talk to them. Because if you do that, so then it will be your voice, will be you recognizing that. And as you might imagine, and that's something that you don't have in the video that you're gonna see, the surprise from the fans, because they are not used to a celebrity walking by and coming to them to shake their hands. So I had a bunch of amazing reactions. A kid that received a ball, he went bananas when he saw Jeter. And some girls, they start to talk to him. It was pretty special. And we had just one take. That is the kind of thing that if you do it wrong, you cannot start over, because everybody knows it. It's like it's ruined. So we knew we had just one shot to make it happen, and well, we were lucky enough to make it. So, Selina, can you play it? No? Maybe?
Só pouquinho, já passo, tá?
Okay. Okay, so let me know when you have it ready. So, and this piece was great. So when we had that piece running here in US, it provoked
You don't see
strong. Okay, are you playing or?
Yeah, you're gonna play now.
Are you guys ready?
Come around in your lifetime often, and we have one here in New York.
It's hard to be a saint in this city.
There's never been a scandal. How do you manage that?
In the dirtiest era in the history of professional sports, this guy personified cleanliness.
It was my...
He's everything that's right with sports.
And when Jeter retires, that's what they'll miss.
Derek Jeter in a touching farewell.
Surprising real fans on an afternoon before a game.
They're all spontaneous moments.
Now the end is near, so I face the final curtain.
You know what?
My friend,
I'll walk from here.
I'll say it clear. I'll state my case.
I'm
certain.
Hey, this is Stan.
We've been waiting for you to come in here since '98 at the least.
You never invited me.
We're here now.
All right.
Captured your spirit.
I'm older. I don't know these things. Me either.
What is a man? What has he got? If not his, then he has not to say the things he truly feels. And words of one who lives. The record shows I took the road and
I'm not in a conference here. Yeah.
Wednesday.
Okay. Okay. I can. Okay. Okay, I can go. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry. So, so this is the piece and some behind the scenes stories. First, we were working on we approved the concept. And we were flying to New York. And in the day I landed in New York, 1 week from the shoot day, we saw the Nike piece. And now it's easy for us to say, oh, it's great. We had a great job. But when you don't have it done and you don't know if it's gonna work, it's kind of a lot of pressure because the Nike work was pretty darn good. It was really, really good. So that was probably one of the most tense weeks I ever in my whole life. Because not only Nike work was amazing, but we didn't know if you're gonna make it, if it's gonna really happen. And we had several challenges. One of the challenges we had there, Yankees Stadium after September 11, they don't allow many people to get inside of their facilities. So we could only have 5 people there. So the part that we filmed outside was all real deal. We had the camera, Jeter walking through the stadium. We filmed this, I think, 2 hours prior to the real game he was going to play. He was playing the final games, the final 7 games. This happened in one of those final seven games. So he was really there 2 hours prior to the game. But the scenes we film inside of the stadium, so the back end of that film, we film it in the morning. And to get inside of the Yankees facility, they just let 5 people to get there. So we had the director, we had the director of photography, the DP, we had the assistant director, and me, and the client. That's it, 5. Plus, of course, Mr. Jeter. So we needed to have more people to forecast. We need more people to do the audio, more people to carry stuff, to do all the other roles that are important in a filming, and we couldn't. So the 5 of us, we were doing everything, and one of the things was me having to shave to be one of the extras. So that guy in the last scene, that ass, to be honest, it's me. So next time you see the film, you're gonna notice I am a celebrity down here because of my ass. I am my ass double now here in America. So what else? The other thing that was great is when that film got on air was like a huge commotion here in America. The Nike commercial was nice, but this commercial made people cry for real. It was in all TV stations all the time, running over and over and over again, because people got really emotional about that. And funny enough, Nike commercial, they had a scene. The Nike commercial is all about the hat tip. So in baseball, when you are celebrating an athlete, you just tip your hat. That's what you do to celebrate an athlete. So the Nike commercial is all about a hat tip. You have people tipping the hat throughout New York, including Red Sox fans. And Red Sox, they are the Uber rivals of Yankees. It's like Atletico and Curitiba. They are Uber rivals. They don't get along. They don't talk to each other. They hate each other players. They hate each other pretty much. So Nike did the hat tip to say even the Red Sox fans, they are tipping their hats for Derek Jeter. In our case, we didn't have any Red Sox athletes or fans in our commercial, but all Red Sox fans tweeted about it. They were so emotional that they said, I hate Yankees, but I can't. I need to tweet about this film because this film is special. So while Nike was pretending the Red Sox fans, they were paying compliments to Jeter, our commercial made Red Sox fans pay a tribute to Derek Jeter for real. So this was pretty special, and as you might know, this commercial got a gold and a silver in Cannes this year, and also was the Grand Clio in the Clio ceremony last week. So it's pretty special, and it's pretty big. And that's it. Salinha? Silence.
Salinha is coming.
Okay, I will move because there's a sun here. Okay, it's better.
Posso falar? Okay,
Pode.
ask me.
Yes, you can talk, and you can talk in English if you want. No problem.
Actually, I think I don't want, but you can talk first.
So why do you want me to talk?
Oh, sorry, I was outside. I didn't get the question. What should I do exactly?
I am lost. So people will ask me questions, huh?
Oh yeah, they can. Just a second.
Well, I will ask you the first question because I'm quite curious about the comics. Do you guys continue drawing and enjoying comics?
Yeah, we love comics. We don't do this in a daily basis because right now we don't have time. Our schedules are really hectic, so we don't have time to really do comics. So I do a lot of caricatures, and I have like 3 comic projects. So I still believe I will do that. My idea is that when I retire, I will go back to my dream as a kid. That is like the Benjamin Button routine. You start as a kid and you end up as a kid. So my idea is, the older I get, I'm moving away from advertising and I go back to comics.
A passion. Well, here are most of the students who are going to participate in the course. My name is Liane. I don't know if you've seen who I am. So I'm coordinating the English.
It's not.
Not being able to listen.
Yeah, now it's good. You can repeat.
I think it's the microphone. Well, so I was saying that I am one of the teachers of the course. I think you probably have seen me in the list. That's Celine.
Yep.
Here are most of the students who are going to participate, and probably they have questions for you. Let me ask, who would like to say something at all?
Hi, I am Carolina.
Hello. Hello, Carolina.
Okay. I'd like to know what you think about Brazilian advertising nowadays, and if you think about coming back.
Okay. So what I think about Brazilian advertising is Brazilian advertiser, people that work in advertising, Brazilian talent is amazing. It's the most desirable asset in the planet right now. And why is that? It's because Brazilians, we are really resilient and we work harder than anybody else. We don't take things for granted, and that makes a huge difference when you are building teams. I've been working with all sorts of creatives, and some, like Americans, they tend to believe that what they do is enough. And we learn as Brazilians that we don't have rights for anything. So either we work hard to make it happen, or nothing will happen in our favor. And that perception of Brazilians working hard, working around the clock to deliver the best possible work is a perception that's being disseminated internationally. So a bunch of agencies, they are looking and hiring Brazilians nowadays. The concern and the hard part is that we have the visa issue that makes it so hard for Brazilians to move. But every time you have a Brazilian with a free pass, a Brazilian with an international passport, we are trend nowadays. So I think the advertising created in Brazil is amazing. We find a way to communicate that's unique and it's super special. But we are at the same time, we are used to work with low budgets. So when it comes to big projects, Brazil, if you see everything that Brazil does, that's big companies work, is not good. So we are really good flying under the radar when you are doing work that nobody's looking. And what I learned here in the US is that it's so hard to fly under the radar when you need to do everything for real. And that's a piece of criticism I have about Brazilian advertising. It's built upon spec work. It's work that clients are now willing to buy, and they don't have the money to do so. So agencies in Brazil, most of them, they build their reputation using money from the agency to create work that clients are not buying for real. Of course, it's a generic POV, but it's a big hurdle of the Brazilian advertising. And I'd love to see Brazil prevailing with really good work. We know the great clients that Brazil has, and I'd love to see those big clients buying really good work. So this is my main concern about Brazilian advertising. And I've been here working for 3.5 years, only real projects. So I don't remember what it is just to do spec work just for awards. And for Brazilians, it's kind of nerve-wracking because we spend 1 year without winning any awards. And Brazilians are fueled by awards. But when you start to work in international places, you learn that there's something way better and more important than winning awards. It's building brands. What I did here is, when I came here, Gatorade didn't have a voice in the US. It was a brand doing different pieces of work, but without a concise POV. And I'm here for the last 3 years trying to build that POV. a voice like Nike has, like other big brands like Beats have, that other bigger brands have. So I'm happy that I'm doing that. So, and this is in my standards way more important than winning awards. And about coming back to Brazil, that's something that's on my plans. Maybe when they come to the comic project, maybe.
Just a moment. I'm curious to know where are you right now, because there are people.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
It's like
a friend of mine just passed by.
I don't know.
No, this is Tbwa Chiat. So this agency is like an agency that's different from any other agency I ever work on. So they have this park inside of the building, as you guys can see. And if I go to the ceiling, you see? So it's here inside of the structure. I work in the other side in those yellow boxes, as you can see over there. So this is the place. So if you wanna know how this place looks like, just go to, there's a TV show, HBO TV show called Silicon Valley. The first episode, the place called Huli, is here. They filmed here. So if you go there, you're gonna take a peek on how this place is. It's really cool. And we say here internally that they create this park, so as we don't go outside because we work several hours here, we had this fake perception of life.
Renato.
Yep.
Hello, Renato. Can you hear me?
Yo, yes.
This is Doug Charles, the only gringo in the room.
Hello, my friend.
Yeah.
I could tell by the
I'm
accent.
from New York, but I'm a Boston fan. Tell me, where did you learn English, and how important was it to making your career fly?
Yeah, so I never had a formal English foundation because I came from a really poor and simple family, but I always perceive English as something that was key for any career. So I did my best learning English every now and then. So I had the classic normal education schools, and then Cefat was the first place where I studied proper English. But again, it's high school classes, not a special class. And I only learned to evolve my English when I was at Almaty BBDO. I was having classes there every week. And not only, it's funny, you learn so much about English structure and language, but the moment I learned most about English was when I learned idioms. It's funny because idioms, they are kind of secondary in the language, but they use it so much here. And when you learn what those what those idioms are, makes your life so much easier. But I learn English every time. So I am the kind of person that I am really articulated in English, and I know I can run presentations with no harm, but I make some stupid mistakes. And some people, they don't want to talk in English unless they have a belief that they are not making mistakes. But my perception is that life is too short for you to get it right. So make it. Just make it the way it is, and you're gonna learn on the way. So I don't care if they criticize small mistakes I make. I prove with content that they can make fun of what I say, but they cannot make fun of of the content of what I'm saying. So that's it. And a piece of trivia also. I used to, when I started to learn English for real, was when I was at Cefat, and what I did was I was going to school by bus every day with my brother, and we wanted to make fun of people like we do. People that know us know this better. So we didn't want to speak in Portuguese because they will be able to know. So we started to speak in English and mocking everything we saw there in the whole trip, back and forth in English. And we of course we made a lot of mistakes, but every day we had homework, words that we didn't remember, we didn't know, and we couldn't make fun of because we didn't know. So we are learning those words, so next time we could make fun. So if you have a goal, even if it's to mock people, you're gonna evolve in any language you're gonna learn. Must be really funny. I'm not listening. I'm not hearing you guys, but it must be really funny.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Well, we were talking about idioms here, and I have to thank you about something you said. You said that we have to learn on the way because life is too short. And I believe that most students of English, they are so afraid of making mistakes, and then they don't speak. So what's the point? If you don't practice, you don't learn. So thank you for this comment of yours because it will help us a lot. And I think that you had a question, didn't you? No, it's okay. He'd like, no.
No, the office is in downtown. LA downtown.
No, you need to speak louder.
Sorry. The office is in downtown.
No. It's in Marina del Rey. So Los Angeles is a huge city. It's almost as big as São Paulo, and downtown is far away from here. Marina del Rey is next to nearby the airport, and it's where all big agencies are. So with few exceptions like Saatchi and the other one is, I forgot the name of the second one. There's 2 or 3 agencies that are not here, but most of the agencies are here. 180, Deutsch, Scheid Day, BBDO, all great agencies are RPA. They are either here in Marina del Rey or in Santa Monica. I don't know if it makes any difference for people that don't know the map here, but
yeah.
And this place here is not only like the Marina del Rey is like the center of advertising and technology in Los Angeles. Not only those agencies are here, but also YouTube, Google, Facebook. They are all here. So we are all nearby each other. It's really cool. We bump into each other all the time.
Thank you.
More questions? No? No. Any other comments you would like to do? Celinha? He has disappeared. Where is he? Yeah. Renato? Can you hear us? No. He has gone. Thank you. And again. I have many notes here that
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Great. Okay, you know what electrolytes are?
Yeah.
Oh, could have fooled me. Looks like you don't. You know, you got to sweat it to get it. You got to burn some to earn some. Got to take action for extraction. You know what I mean? You got to dig it. You don't get it?
It's a lot of rhymes. I was just trying to get the...
The rhymes are supposed to help you understand that I can't sell you the Gatorades that are full of electrolytes. Gatorades are for people who sweat.
I don't understand. I just want to buy these from you, man.
Not my policy. It's
You heard what he said.